Hey, gang, how would you like to meet one of my guests who, over the last several months, got members of our audience, people just like yourself, over $15 million in grants? Did I get your attention? Well, that's who you're going to meet today. And as you know, we've got a number of intriguing guests who provide all kinds of wonderful opportunities for patriots all across the country to better their lives and create their own personal economies so they can prosper in the midst of these turbulent times. But I got to say, I think my guest today really takes the cake on that one. And that's Josh Zaglowski. He's a business owner who's made an amazing discovery that's helping businesses like his get their money back from the likes of Biden and the wasteful spenders in Washington, D.C. And he's here to show you exactly how you can get your money back too. So, Josh, great to have you back with us.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be back. It's funny because it's been this program's been going for a year, and we've met a couple times throughout the year. So I appreciate you having me back.
Oh, you bet. Yeah, we were in Phoenix. We met in that was if I recall, it was Phoenix, wasn't it? It was an American Freedom Tour event, and then just via the Network Society here online. Obviously, the last time we were together, the last two times we were together, you were a huge hit. I mean, $15 million a total gotten by our audience members. So let's just cut to the chase here, Josh. There's got to be some kind of scam, right? Or there's got to be all these strings attached. Just shoot from the hip. Tell us what on earth you've discovered that can get results like that.
Yeah, I mean, where it all started, like you said, I'm an entrepreneur and I do commercial real estate. It's my main thing. And I had an oil business back, for about 3 or 4 years. And during the pandemic, I don't know if you remember, but in 2020, price per barrel was negative $30 a barrel one day. Wow. And so my oil business was suffering. I was trying to find extra stimulus money. I did PPP number 1. Number 2, I live in Utah, but I got also a state of Wyoming grant because my business is in Wyoming. And in March of 21, Biden amended the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, where he didn't add, but because ERC, which stands for Employee Retention Credit, and anyone that's thinking that this is a scam, I used to start out presentations a year ago that this is too good to be true, but let's go over it together. And I would tell people, Google ERC credit, look it up. It's on the irs.gov website. Now, why hasn't my CPA or my payroll company told me about this? Because CPAs, 95% of them don't do payroll. They do your 1040s and your 1120s, and then payroll companies, ADP, Paychex, Gusto, the biggest in the country, they don't amend your returns or your 941 quarterlies. They do your active quarterlies. So there was this weird gray area is who's going to help the business owner obtain up to $26,000 per W-2 employee, not alone, don't have to pay back, and they can use it for whatever they want. So we kind of took the who, not how mentality and then made a business out of it. We went from 6 partners a year and 1 month ago to now 192 employees.
Wow. So, I mean, just to break down some of this code here. So you got your triple Ps, right? Was it the Paycheck Protection Program that Trump instituted a couple of years back, right during the pandemic? Right. So this is basically more or less an extension of that. These kind of, for lack of a better term, grants that were given out to employers. Is that what we're looking at here?
Yeah. And the reason you're using the word grant, the reason why they call a credit, not a grant, is because in a grant, you have to specify what you're going to use that money for, where this, you don't have to. And that's why they call it a credit and not a grant, but really it's a glorified grant, but in the PPP time, in the first one, the PPP number 1, ERC actually started the exact same time, but you could not get one. You couldn't get both. You can only get one or the other. So PPP was a frenzy. People were going through the banks. It was very, it was fast. There was $500 billion to it. They've earmarked $400 billion to this. What Biden did when he amended it, and this has been amended 5 different times. When you and I first spoke in Phoenix, the qualification was a 20% revenue loss. Well, that's been added, since then. Even Forbes did an article that 80% of businesses actually qualify for this, yet 7 out of 10 business owners don't even know about it. And so
how much money is out there? How much just ready to be basically?
They've earmarked $400 billion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was billion with a B.
Yeah. And what Biden did at the very beginning is he says, okay, if you got PPP, I'll allow you to get now ERC. And that's when this opened up. A lot of people thought ERC started in March of 21, and that's not correct. It started back when PPP number 1 started, but you couldn't get both. But now you can.
All right. So is this it's not technically a grant, right? It's a credit, as it were. Is it for anyone?
It's for anyone that has W-2 employees in their business that's under 500 employees, all the way down to 1 employee, all the way up to 500.
Wow. And then how much can an employee get approved for?
Up to $26,000. There's a qualification process, and our website does that. And it goes through, but I always tell people, do not pre-qualify yourself. Things have changed so much in this program where even a supply chain disruption can get you qualified for this.
Right. Yeah. And make sure, again, we have a link down below. Again, we had so many people on this channel benefit from this. This is so exciting for me to be able to share this with you. So there's a link down below. If you click on that, there's an application you can fill out to find out if you qualify. Again, there's no strings attached. This is not money you have to pay, but this isn't a loan, right? This is literally a gift.
It is, and really, a little deeper, is it's a glorified. I almost say it's a rebate, because let's say you had an employee that you paid $10,000 in a wage in 1 quarter. That you've already paid those payroll taxes. You've already paid that employee. You're getting up to $7,000 back that quarter for that employee. And so, it's like I said, it's like kind of like getting a rebate back. Right. And like you said, it's not a grant where you have to specify what you're using the money for. In PPP, it was a loan that was forgiven later. This is forgiven the day you receive it. And you can use it for whatever you want. New equipment, a new location. I mean, I have a pizza joint that's starting another location. What does that do? That added 20 more jobs for that location. So that's the main purpose of it.
How did you come across this? I mean, it's kind of like, it's what is it, national treasure or something? You discovered just this almost hidden world of cash. I mean, how did you come across this?
Oh, believe me. I mean, like when I first started, I thought it was too good to be true. I mean, there's got to be a catch to this. And I just kept on talking to more and more people. I even encourage people, hey, talk to your CPA or tax professional about it. They'll validate it. If they do it, they would already told you about it. So you already got to kind of have that mentality, but just ask them just to validate it that, hey, is this employee retention credit? Is this something that's legitimate? I mean, this is 280 pages worth of legislation that has made it really difficult for someone like a CPA or an enrolled agent to do, because there's just so much around it. I mean, we have a lot of CPAs that call us wanting to help their clients out. We get that almost on a weekly basis, at least a half a dozen CPAs a week.
Wow. So, well, obviously this is going to have to cost. So does this cost an arm and a leg? How much, what's the cash, the cash value here for your services?
Yeah. I mean, short answer is we're a for-profit business, but when we first started this, we obviously put a fee schedule in place, but we noticed that this was too good to be true. So many people's like, I don't know, the IRS has taken 6-8 months to send out the money. I don't want to pay you. And then what if it doesn't happen? So we said, hey, what we'll do is we'll file everything at no cost up front. But with that, we need a win-win situation. We'll charge 15% of the approved credit you get. So we're going to work our tails off to give you the max amount, and we won't even get paid until you get paid in 6 to 8 months later.
And it's free money. It's literally free money. So you're just getting 15% of money just dropping out of the air almost. And then how do people know if they qualify?
It's a great question. So on our website, they'll go through the survey questions. It'll take them maybe 5 or 10 minutes. That's what I always tell people too, is don't think you're going to sit down. This is going to take you hours. We have made it. And that's why we're one of the largest companies in the country we just surpassed 10,000 businesses, and we're doing about 300 applications a day. Wow. We've made it automated. So we've made it where a business owner can go on there, spend 5 or 10 minutes. And then from there, we'll tell them, hey, we need to have three separate documents for you to upload on a secured Dropbox from your 941s, your PPP, and your payroll report. Then it takes us about 2 weeks to come back to you. And let's say we come back to you and we say, okay, you're approved for $311,023. Do you want us to file? So they even have an option to back out at that point. I mean, wow. We're in the 90 percentile that they move forward at that point, but
they haven't spent a dime up to this point, right?
They haven't. We never take a credit card. They then, if they agree to the terms that, we'll get paid 15% on the back. And then we file it 72 hours after they do that. We've made that process. That whole process that I just talked about, although that 2-week period is in there, in their eyes, it takes them maybe an hour, maybe 2. So, I mean, I always tell people at the very least, if you end up not getting qualified, you spent an hour or 2 of your time. If you do, it's newfound money to you. And I have testimony after testimonial that's been pretty exciting.
And it's on your website too. A lot of those testimonials I saw.
Yeah. If you go to our website and then you hit about tab, and then there's a testimonial tab, we have people not just that just did the filing. We have people that have received their checks. And that's what we wanted a video testimonials on. We have about a dozen video testimonials of business owners that were suffering, that were able to take advantage of this program. And now they've received their money from the IRS.
Getting tens of thousands of dollars. Just it's out there and nobody even knows it. Gang, what would you do with an extra $26,000 for your business? I mean, that's why we have patriots here like Josh. We want to see you and your family flourish. And here you go. There's literally free money out there for the taking it away. You spend it better than Biden does. I'll promise you that. All you got to do is click on that link below, get more information, and see if you qualify. That's it. Nothing more. That's why the last time Josh was here, since then, $15 million have gone to our audience. Total. It's amazing. Josh, thank you so much for just taking some time to help us out here. You're changing lives like you never imagined, and we're going to have you back real soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.